Hey dog, I'm just like going updating my contacts and whatnot in my phone.
Mhm.
Can you send me a picture of you
Oh, can I send?
for my
Well,
for my
mm,
contacts? What's up? What's up?
I mean, the you could have just gone to and don't sip the tea after you asked me for a picture. I mean, you could have gone to my Facebook page and or my IG and just taken one of those.
Okay, I'm glad you said that. So that was fucking weird, right?
Yes, I.
Okay, it should be. Cause that happened, and I was like, bruh,
Oh, a dude asked you for a picture of you,
like
saving his contacts.
I'm
Like,
doing my contacts. You know, we had a club and shit. You know, at a comedy club. Hey, let me get a picture. You know what? And I was like, oh, you can just pull one. I did the exact same thing.
mhm.
You can just pull one from my like. I'm not finna send no man.
Yo, you gonna take a selfie right now for a dude? Send me
Right,
a selfie. Send me a selfie so I can save you on my phone.
right. That was the question I was at. Like after Buddy, I know he was just being friendly and trying to keep his stuff straight. Everybody got different memory things. You know what I'm saying?
Well,
But I
yeah,
was
the
like, is
face,
that weird?
sure. The
How do you
face,
save dudes in your phone?
I just save the number and I put the name.
No
If there's more,
pictures.
if there's more than one Sam, then I'll put a last name, or maybe just the first letter of the last name, something like that. The only time I do have pictures in my iPhone, but people, you're able to like, this is me, and then when you go back into the contacts, or if you're texting somebody, for instance, it will say, "Hey, somebody added a picture. Do you want to add the picture? Yes or no?" They went in there and put that picture in themselves, and is giving whoever wants to see it the opportunity to say, "Yeah, update the picture," or "Nah, mo, you know,
Right.
nah,
But so
you gonna be gray man in my phone."
so every dude in your phone is like the I ain't unlocked this player NBA Jam silhouette.
Most of them, yeah.
Right. Right, because there's only one dude. It made me think about, I was like, who in my phone did I like put a picture to? And it was just my homeboy T when we was doing a sketch and I
Yeah.
needed it to pop up on my phone. But like,
Right, right, right,
yeah,
right, right.
females, especially if you like my lady, like, yeah, let that pop up, some
Yeah.
shit like that. But like, yeah, I know what Marcus looked like. So like,
Word.
I don't need that to pop up on my phone. So it's interesting for a dude to ask a dude, like,
Yeah, that's different, man. That's
yeah.
different. That's different. I mean, I don't know. I don't want to. I don't want to. I don't know the person to ask you, so I don't want to. I don't want to
It
speak
wasn't
too much
it
on
wasn't
it.
anybody in the LGBT or anything like that. Let me put that out there because I know I'm saying like it kind of sounded a little suspect. And for real, to dudes like y'all get over it. You hear the show you want. It sound gay for a dude to be like, "Hey, send me a selfie." It do. Like it
It
sound like some
sounds
you like
like,
me. You like
yeah,
me.
like I want to see your face on my phone when you call. Like,
Right.
bruh.
So it's a different vibe.
Not
However,
only
come.
that, not only that, but the picture that a person sends you specifically is like a more special picture.
Right. See. Okay. Oh.
Yeah.
Damn. I got hit on.
Okay. I'm finna.
You push the button.
You can't say that.
Shut up, I'm gonna say what I want. I'm free to believe and my speech is blown. And you need to receive, you can leave it wrong, it's what you want now. The plan started, so listen to stand and walk it. Say walk on truth with a special contrast. Cause it's the illegal opinions podcast.
mm,
What's going on, y'all? And welcome back to Legal Opinions Podcast. They say it's 50, 150
yeah.
episodes of the pod,
Yeah.
y'all. The last place for real talk. Listen with an open mind to lead mad. The choice is yours. I'm your comedian and host, Sam Ridley, in the building. I'm here with my man, Jay Spade. 24, Marcus Palmer, as y'all know. Speaking of censorship,
Mm,
we have been censored, y'all. Can y'all believe it?
mm.
The illegal opinions that constantly say leave with an open mind. Or listen with an open mind. Look, leave with an open mind. You should do that too. Look, trying to be deep and shit. So a little girl went to school that had on the "You Coulda Shut the Fuck Up" hoodie at a middle school in a nearby town. and she got sent to the office. The hoodie that some of y'all are probably wearing right now, and got told to tape up the STFU on the hoodie. And somebody that is a fan of mine that works at the school sent me the picture because he saw the little girl in the office and was like, "One, I can't believe I see a hoodie in middle school." And I was like, "I promise I didn't sell it to a middle schooler," but whatever.
True.
Let's start with that.
I would have.
I would have though.
Would have.
If I saw her in the street, she can get this hoodie. You know what I'm saying? So I said the irony of this is amazing. Somebody in the Legal Opinions fan group saw the picture that I posted of it and said, "You and Marcus should," and I wasn't sure if you saw this, so I was like, let me mention to him. "Y'all should come up with a hoodie that's exactly that." And I was like, "What do you mean?" She said, "Just create one that the design is the STFU taped up." I said, "You'll never see that shit come out of this camp."
Yeah, nah. I mean, just because then
that's stupid.
It's left up to interpretation. You could adjust anything, you know.
You could have went whatever.
Mind. You could have just spoken your mind. You could have just, you know, whatever the fuck. But I mean, the point, you could have just shut the fuck up. That is really a mantra that we started with, kind of like beginning this podcast, and it's just been one of those things where, you know, it's not directed at anyone. There's at any point during this podcast, I'm sure there comes a time where one of us could have just shut the fuck up, but we don't, because this is an audio medium.
That would be weird.
That would be weird.
Let's just
don't say that. Don't you dare.
I won't do that.
Dare say that.
No, I won't do
but
that.
No, I think that's dope. I mean, it's so bad to say, but I think it is dope that the picture, because you always want something. If there is some kind of sauce that makes people clutch their pearls attached to your merch, that means it's good merch. So thank you, young lady.
Yeah, you're a legend. You're a legend over here. You know, you wear it proudly. Go to school with pieces of it taped up. Pick a different letter each time.
Yo,
you know what I'm saying? Because it's funny to me that they would have you tape up something that's already censored.
Yeah.
That shit is hilarious. Like, it's already abbreviated, because we could have just put "shut the fuck up" all the way out on a shirt, and it's already an acronym. So you literally saw it and got offended and chose to make this girl go censor some shit because of what you thought.
Yeah.
It's funny. Like, so whatever teacher that was, I hope you listen, since, you know, the little girl said she stole it from her mom. Like, so her mom's been to my shows, and I hope you listen. It's hilarious. Tell your little girl to keep wearing it, and that it's hilarious that they would censor her in school. Like that.
Ooh, you know what? We should find this little girl and set up a table outside the school and have her sell them sweaters.
I could probably find her, and I
Like,
will,
yo.
and all the money will go towards her education, like on some real shit. Like, because to me, you just did some shit that proved our point on accident. You know, just because you stole from your mama. You know what I'm saying? They ain't got shit to do with me. That's between you and her. But you just wore something cool. And I know my son wears it to school, but they in the city school asses don't give a fuck. That's like some regular shit to say. Like, we appreciate you abbreviating it, son. Like,
thank you for not saying fuck out loud on your shirt.
Thank you. You know, for not having your dick out as well. Like, you know, that's the school he goes to.
Yes.
So,
Thank
like,
you not walking around with your dick out as well today. I know today is Tuesday. Today is Dick Out Day. Thank you for just wearing the sweater.
Dick Out Tuesday. But for you go to a nice wholesome school, and they wanted you to cover up 4 letters that they can pick what it means. That's hilarious. So kudos, little girl. Kudos.
Man, how long does it take you to fold your clean laundry?
How long does it take me to fold my clean laundry?
Yeah, like after it's clean, you got it in your little bin.
Dog, that shit in the bin now. I ain't.
I'm glad you said that. Let me move this shit. Hold on.
What you got?
Got clean.
Oh, I just
in the camera. She was in the back in the corner. Like, oh shit, let me move that. So
why you think my shit blurred? That ain't no mountain. This ain't no backdrop.
That is not the move that shit too. There we go. That is not the view. That's not the
There you
view of
go.
the mountains. That is the view of a. There we
That
go.
shit,
Now the
that
area
shit is
is
socks, nigga.
sanitized. That shit is socks.
Oh man. Yeah, that was me in the open. What you got, man? Where you want to go?
Man, I don't know how. Could we do our pre-production, but it's very loose. So I'm not sure how serious this is. Let's do the Sierra's Dressed.
Okay.
Sierra's
Sierra's
Dressed.
Dressed.
I do know something. I heard a little bit about that. I don't know what you've seen. What I've seen has been women going online and defending her wearing this dress to the Vanity Fair post Oscars party, and it's been a lot of if Russell Wilson didn't like it, he should have said something. He would have said something before they left, et cetera, et cetera. Like, stop telling the women what to wear, that type of vibe. So I don't know what you've seen.
Yeah, I've seen the same shit. The exact same shit. My algorithm is more or less a gang of men that have a lot of strong opinions about the dress and women responding to them. But on the women's side, it's more or less what you said. So I'll let you continue.
I feel such like not a way about this. I'm really over Sierra. I'm over Russell Wilson. I'm over Russell Wilson from a sports aspect of it's a deep dive that I don't want to get into about him playing for Seattle and him taking the credit for everything or wanting to have more of whatever, and the defense was actually the part of the team that was winning the games, et cetera, et cetera. You know, he's a great quarterback, probably a Hall of Fame quarterback. I'm over him being a cornball. I think that or being corny, whatever. Being corny is fine. I'm over him being corny. I'm over him trying to be cool for her. I'm over her trying to make him look cool and failing at every attempt. I'm over her.
I can erase that because I had she trying to make him look cool. Remember that?
I really do think she is trying, because that's the community that she's in. She's in the R&B hip hop community, and now you're bringing over this guy that's looked at as like not cool.
He ain't one of the cool kids.
And it's okay to not be cool. Shit, Bill Gates ain't cool. You know what I'm saying? Mark Zuckerberg ain't cool. It's okay to not be cool. But for her to be trying so hard to make him look cool so she can look cool again, I'm over that. I'm over the fact that she is using, in my opinion, his celebrity to try to keep her celebrity at whatever it was. She went from wanting to be a singer, now she wants to be a model, and she's trying to use his cachet to pole vault herself into that. It's just, I'm just over them. Like just like I'm over Harold and Meryl, or whatever her name is, Meredith, Megan.
I haven't heard anything about them in a very long time.
Isn't that interesting?
A very long time. I mean, I know that they still pop up on like tabloids and shit, but like I don't care, and most people don't. From what I can tell.
Isn't that interesting? I mean, I'm not gonna front. We talked about the Chris Rock special last week, right?
Mm-hmm.
I'm watching that special, and I'm thinking, and I know it's not true. Maybe. I'm thinking, does he listen to our podcast?
Yeah.
Because a whole lot of the shit that he was talking about, we've said here.
Can we put a pin on that for the next episode? I'm so serious.
Sure.
Okay, because you saw, like, when I sent, like, we do our, like, pre-notes, I didn't send you that. Because, yeah. And don't get me wrong, y'all. We all talk about that, like, lateral lines of thought. Me and Marcus are having a 2-hour-long conversation every week. This is his condensed year, whatever. But watch the special, and if you listen to this pod consistently, hit one of us up, please. That's all I want to. That's all I'm gonna say on that right now.
I'm just saying.
Yeah.
Because it seemed like a trend. Not saying he stole from us because he told jokes and we're just talking.
Absolutely.
Like he's.
That's not what I'm saying.
He's doing developed concepts and jokes, and we're having a conversation. They are two different things. But when he got to the Meghan and Harry thing, I'm like, does this nigga listen to the show?
Yeah, and I mean, yeah,
I've never heard anyone. I haven't heard anyone besides us and maybe one other podcast talk about the shit.
In the way we did
between those two, exactly.
In the way we did, and the only and the same. I've heard way more about Megan and the other dude than I wanted to because I live with Tia Anita. And she loved them motherfuckers. I got a Funko Pop of that bitch in my that woman in my house. Excuse me. That was such a slip.
That was
anyway,
emotion.
That was emotion there. Because it turned into this obsession for her where she just had to know everything the royal family was doing, and I still to this day don't understand it. And for it to be the way it is now is interesting that y'all just kind of don't give a shit. Before we get too far off track with this Russell and Sierra thing,
yes, sir.
Listen. Men that are up on the internet doing the, you know what? I'll do this. Men that are on the internet doing that whole, well, she shouldn't wear that because it's disrespectful to him. Men that are on the internet going, why do y'all care? Y'all should let them live their life if he don't care. All of y'all are only doing that to attract a certain type of female that you want.
Yeah.
You're baiting. And ladies, don't bite on that shit. Like, men, and the reason I feel that way is because dudes, if you have a strong opinion about this shit for real enough to keep posting about it, what the fuck is you doing all day?
Yeah.
Like, that's wild to me. I've seen dudes post about it 4 or 5 fucking times, and I'm like, you care way too much about this goddamn dress. It's a half naked Sierra. Enjoy it. Give it a thumbs up and keep it pushing. Yeah. I didn't even realize he was in half the pictures.
Was he? I haven't seen a picture of him in there.
I had to look. He's in a black suit. That nigga need to wear like a bright clown suit so that I know he's there.
Rusty the Clown.
Something, or they need to highlight him and make everything else black and white, something, because I didn't care, because I was looking at a half-naked Sierra, and she still got a bad body. But what Marcus said was absolutely true. If we didn't see her on the red carpet, naked, would we be talking about her at all musically, entertainment-wise?
Yeah.
So, like, dudes, y'all gotta stop. Like, for real. Just stay all the way to fuck. This is one of them conversations we just stay the fuck out of. And when y'all jump in trying to seem woke, you look stupid. You look real fucking dumb.
If it doesn't come out that they're recently separated, right? And that she pops out looking like that, if they're recently separated and she pops out looking like that, then yeah, comment all you want. Oh, she out here trying to get busy. Oh, she out here trying to goddamn make him feel away or whatever. That's cool. That's a conversation to be had. But if they're happily married and he ain't said shit, ain't done shit, and you out here speaking about what his wife is wearing and he's there,
you tripping.
Why do I give a fuck if he don't give a fuck? If he don't give a fuck, why do I'm okay, you're gonna allow the world to look at your girl like this. If he's cool with that, which he's gonna be, because he ain't about to fuck that up.
Right. Right. Like, what you gonna do?
You know what I'm saying? Like, after you've divorced your Caucasian wife, and now you get with Sierra, and she's a 10 in the real world.
And she was Sierra way before you came along.
Yeah,
so
like,
you can't do shit but stand there.
I mean, well, no, that's him. If it was me, it'd be different.
Well, that's okay, and that's the point that I was gonna get to. What I mean is, for him, he can't do nothing but stand there.
Yeah.
Nobody's wrong, listeners. Nobody's wrong. If you out there saying she shouldn't award, she should award, you entitled to your opinion. But for Sam, for Marcus,
yeah,
my girl ain't going to the Oscars like that. My girl ain't going to the party like that. And that's not, and look, I can hear women right now going, well, you don't get to control what she do. I hear you. I respect that. That's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is any woman that I'm with is going to know I don't feel comfortable with you being out like that. So if you respect me, you're not going to do it. And it has to go both ways.
I'm going to keep it. I'm going to keep it 100. If she's out there getting to her bag, and she's an even contributor to our lifestyle. If I met her and she was a model and she did that, and that was her thing, she was Giselle Bundchen, whatever the fuck. She was
Bunch
Tom
of
Brady's
crunch, yeah.
wife,
Right.
right? Say bunch of crunch. So if she was Tom Brady, like if she was like that in the modeling world, and that's how she got her bag, and she was getting after that shit.
Yeah. That's
all
different.
right, I get it. This is your lane. Now I ain't. There might be one picture out there without me in it, because niggas gonna have to know this mine. Like, yo, I'm here too, bro. I'm out here getting sacked and shit, getting concussions. I don't know where I'm at, but I'm here right now. But if I know that my girl is in a position, in a situation based off of my cachet, and she's only going to this shit because I'm around this bitch, then yo, like, relax, because now you look thirsty. Now you look thirsty for attention. Just like we talked about, goddamn, just like we talked about with Steph Curry and whatever his wife's name is. Steph Curry's wife.
She got pots and pans, yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
And she goes on the show talking about
I wish my man, I like to flirt with other men.
I wish dudes was hitting me up in my DMs. I wish dudes was in my DMs trying to get at me. Like, yo, hold up. Like, you want more attention because you're with me. You see the attention that I get. I'm the best fucking shooter ever to fucking live in this bitch. And I'm light skinned and I got green eyes and good hair. You know
God, what was
saying?
you doing? You could have spread that shit out.
Bro, he gave everything to Steph Curry.
He gave a light-skinned nigga a jumper. Like, bruh, like
the best jumper. Like, not just a jumper, the best jumper you've ever seen.
God was well rested. Y'all. Yeah, coffee? None for me. I'm going to work.
Practice back. Blow. So Aisha Curry. Aisha.
There you go.
Like, so if I'm in a space where, look, man, like, now you trying to do too much. Like, you might see Beyonce be a little risque, or Rihanna be a little fucking risque, a little bit every now and again at these award shows. They never going crazy, right? Because
not like that.
Not like that, because they don't have to. They get up on stage. If they get up on, when they get up on stage, they're putting on a show. This is the show. But when they go to these award shows, and I'm not saying that Sierra was being classless by wearing it.
No.
I'm saying that she's doing it for attention because she doesn't get anything anywhere else.
Yeah, I think that's the root of it. And like, I talked about it with some other people that are like, in the business, and they just go along the lines of like, well, celebrities don't give a fuck about what none of y'all think. That is the furthest thing from the truth.
Oh man. Yeah.
Those accolades and that attention, like, literally we live off of it. Like, what the fuck do you mean she don't care? That is a deliberate decision to walk out the door in that outfit to go somewhere where there's going to be millions of people watching.
And I would guarantee you that she ain't walk in the door like that. She walked at the door with a big ass jacket on.
Oh, hell yeah. Yeah.
And got in the car, but when they got out the limo or the fucking Yukon or whatever they took, she took it off and went right to the red carpet.
The Yukon?
I would probably bet, the Uber X shit. I'm sorry, my bad. That's bad. I know Russell Wilson and Sierra didn't take the Uber to the third party. I apologize. They got way too much bread for that.
Uber XL to the Grammys.
That would be $88. God damn, nigga. That would be crazy. So I didn't. I'm sorry to you guys. But I would even bet that once she got in the party, she wouldn't like dress like that. That was just for pictures.
Yeah. Because it was cold. It was cold that night. It was cold. It was cold as a bitch in LA.
Pop them little stickers right off them nipples.
Yeah, she was cold as fuck. But yeah, y'all calm down. It's just a dress.
It's cool.
Let's go to Hollywood for a minute since we here already. Yeah. I've been down there a lot. Y'all already know I've been trying to make some moves happen. And I remember being like, man, I don't even know if I'm gonna ever have Hollywood stories. And I remember Marcus being like, I bet you won't even fucking talk about them when you can because they're gonna be your colleagues. damn that. Like, the podcast to me is a place where I should just be able to fucking talk to y'all about some shit that happened, especially if it's funny, or not funny. So the not last night, 2 nights ago, I was down at the spot called the Bourbon Room, hanging out with Jill Kimmel. Me and my manager was down there. She's an amazing fucking person. Jimmy Kimmel's sister, follow her, she's funny. And Tiffany Haddish was on the show. Low key, I wouldn't mind meeting her just because, it's Tiffany Haddish, goddamn. But I thought Jill knew her. So when we were all up there chilling and whatnot, I'm getting some good info for some future gigs and whatnot. And the manager of the place came out and said, Tiffany's on stage. So I went in there to watch just because I'd never seen her like live do a performance.
Yeah.
And I stood in the back. And let me tell you, I know y'all have very strong opinions about Tiffany Haddish's material. I'm gonna say that up front. And me and Marcus have talked about it. I literally laughed out loud one time. And I say one time not as like she only made me laugh one time. I make a habit of not watching any comic that I'm a fan of or not a fan of full set. I watch a joke or two and I'm out of there. Because I don't want any other artists in my head like that when I'm trying to create. But she's working on material, and and it's just a different thing. Like, I've seen her up there doing she ready. She didn't do none of that. She wasn't even talking like that.
Oh, good.
Like, she was Tiffany, and she was up there doing jokes, like long form. This is going somewhere material, and I don't know her, but this is just what I've heard around town. Is like she's really digging into her craft. Now, I know me and you just talked about. Everybody said that about Marlon Wayans. And then his special came out. But what I'm saying, as a person that was more a fan of her, like, she's a good comedic actor in film and stuff, but I wasn't so much a fan of her stand-up stuff, being honest. I was impressed seeing her new material, and I'm looking forward to seeing what she puts together. It might have been like that was the glass lightning in a bottle thing, or it might be she's really about to put together some shit and make people go, okay, I'm here and I'm at the stage now. Who knows?
Did we talk about that Marlon Wayne shit?
We talked about how I cut it off, and you did, I think. But I don't think we talked about it up here.
Oh.
We can talk about it. We can talk about it.
Before we talk about it, I will say that I think because Kevin Hart is such a good dude, right?
Okay.
And he had fame. He met Tiffany, and he wanted to help her out. He had a big name. I think he put her on. And if you're saying she's better, in your opinion, I feel like his fame skyrocketed her fame because he's he was her spokesman at one point.
Yeah,
spokesperson, whatever. I think she got famous too fast, and when you're that hot that fast, the expectation is high.
Yeah, very.
So when you're going to places and you're bombing, like openly, like big bombing, it's because the expectation is at a bar that you haven't reached yet, and maybe for her, she's taking the time because you don't really see her around a lot anymore, so maybe that's what she's been doing. Like, I'm gonna work on my fucking craft. If I want to be a comedian and respect in this community, I need to fucking do this shit for real.
Yes.
Now I don't know if that's why you haven't seen her in any movies for a time, or
that's why
I don't know that's why you haven't seen her on doing any like large type stuff, because she was doing that shit on Netflix, the They Ready and the She Ready or whatever, and that's fucking 3 years ago. I think something like that. So maybe that's what she's been doing, and good for her. That's great. Like I don't hate Tiffany Haddish. I just thought that she was given something that she wasn't ready for.
But don't,
you know what I mean?
Right. I agree with that to an extent. So the thing with Tiffany is she struck while the iron was hot, right? She got on Girls Trip, and whether you like the movie or not, she was amazing in it, especially as a standout from the people that we already knew. It was like, who is this chick? She crazy as fuck. And then from there, it was like, well, she was super funny.
Yeah.
You go to comedy clubs, and I know she's already doing stand up. Don't get me wrong, But maybe you don't have that particular set of chops yet. And her earlier stuff didn't engage me that way. Being 1,000% honest, you know? And now I'm like looking at her, and yeah, you don't see her on TV, but now that I'm in LA more, like we down there like 3-4 nights a week, she's at one of the clubs all the time.
Yeah. I mean,
All
when she
the
said
time.
that, I mean, it's one of the things about comedy, though, right? Like, people, like at work, for instance, this is not me bragging. I'm just me. So when I'm at work, people tell me that I'm funny. Like I told you, I don't know, a few weeks ago, this girl I work with was like, yo, you should go down to the fucking comedy show, open mic. I'll come down there and support you.
Mm-hmm.
That kind of shit. Like, you funny. You are funny. I'm laughing all day over here with your ass. But to me, I'm quick, conversationally funny. And I'm dumb, right? That's different than being on stage telling jokes. Not saying I couldn't do it. I just know that there's a difference in those things. With Tiffany Haddish, she says in one of her specials, yo, I was an MC at parties. And I go through the crowd with the microphone and I can chop it up with anybody and talk and laugh, et cetera, et cetera. Now I think I'm funny enough to be a comedian. Those are two different muscles. You know what I mean?
They really are.
I personally think now, I think I could watch a Kevin Hart in improvised show, because I think Kevin Hart is conversationally funny. His specials, the last in my opinion, probably 3, have been super flat. Like, I didn't fuck with them shits at all.
You only got one I'm a grown little man inside of you, dog. That shit, like, the earlier ones of him, like,
yeah.
You only got one or two of them. Yeah.
But that's a conversation of when you become so famous that you're removed from the things that made you funny. Like, you're removed from those things that the being on the road and having these experiences and your friends and family shit. When you get money, you separate yourself from that, because a lot of stuff is toxic and it is painful. So when you find a way to make it funny, you have the content to make that funny.
There's no pain anymore.
You have the wits to make it funny. But exactly, when there's no pain anymore, and now everything is great, it's like, shit, now I gotta call my daughter a hoe on fucking national television.
Because that's all I'm around is my hoe ass daughter, apparently. Like, yeah, and then you end up writing a joke about it, and now everybody's like, why would you do that?
Yeah.
And now you answering for that, and it's like, oh, okay, so y'all don't even want me to be a comedian anymore.
Maybe not. I mean, but but there is. I mean, Eddie Murphy and Richard Pryor. I mean, there are comedians out there. Shit, Damon Wayans. There are great comedians out there that started off as stand-up and then moved on to something else. Like, Seinfeld just came back to comedy, like, in a real way 3 or 4 years ago.
Right. Because, I mean, what else do you do when you got, $800 million sitting in the bank because you're funny? Like, it's such a mind fuck to try and manage that inside of this job. Let me get back to this Tiffany point real quick and the other one. And sorry. Marlon, not Tiffany. Marlon's special to me was a monologue that he memorized over a very long time. And it didn't come across as I have jokes and I'm going to put them together in a comedy special. But he's Marlon Wayans, so of course it gets billed as one. And then the only people that I've seen tell me that they super duper loved his special are comedians in the religious sector. And there's nothing wrong with that, because there's something for everybody. But the special is called, God Loves Me. Automatically, there's a certain group of people that are not gonna mentally allow themselves to say, I hated it. It's about him expressing how God loves him. And that's the people that I'm hearing from. But people that are being honest about it are going, he got better from what he was doing. And comedy is a progression for all of us. But this special in and of itself is not entertaining. I cut it off in 15 minutes. I wanted to watch it. And I couldn't fucking do it. I couldn't fucking do it.
I wanted to make sure that we hadn't talked about this shit. I was not ignoring you.
No, you good. I know you're looking up something.
Well, I was looking at the dates that we had this text exchange.
Oh, about that? Yeah.
About that, right? So we're good. I didn't want to regurgitate some shit, for content's purposes. Yeah, that shit was fucking trash, dog.
You watched the whole thing?
Yes, I did watch the whole thing. It took me 3 days.
Jesus Christ.
Because the first time I watched it, I fell asleep on it.
You got narcolepsy, nigga.
No, it's not narcolepsy. No, now I gotta explain myself. The reason why a lot of times I fall asleep on shit is because I work during the day, right? And I get back here and I do shit around the house, whether it's studying for some shit, whether it's researching some shit. Okay, cool.
You good, man.
Then, no, shut the fuck up. Then, with the time that I have left, which might end up being around 9 to fucking 2 o'clock in the morning, I'll jump in the shower, might go work out or whatever, do those things, then get in bed. And so I'm like, okay, what do I need to catch up on? Like, nigga, I love The Last of Us. I've fallen asleep on that bitch 3 nights in a row. Because I started watching it at 11.
That's why, yeah. That's
what I mean? So, anyway, fuck you, nigga. I feel okay. People gave Chris Rock a hard time, saying, "Oh, you waited a year to talk about this shit. Why you waited a year? That shit happened a year ago. Yada yada yada." Do I believe Marlon Wayans and Jada Pinkett Smith and Will Smith are friends? No. Because I would never do a fucking hour special about something that happened to my friends that's still affecting them in a very, very personal way. I would not go out there and say all this shit. I wouldn't call your fucking kids weird on fucking national television if we're friends. You know what I mean? Like,
even as a joke, you don't do that.
Not even like people that I fucking dislike, I wouldn't do that to. You know what I mean? Like, there are times when I'm talking to somebody about somebody that we both know, and I'll begin to say something that happened in the conversation in an intimate moment, and I'll be like, no, you know what? Nah, I'm not gonna say that shit.
That's not it.
I ain't gonna do that. Like that, they revealed that to me in the space, and I'm not gonna reveal. Even though we're super fly, all of us are still good. I'm not going to reveal that shit to this other dude. Right.
Respect.
For you to go on fucking HBO and do this shit is fucking whack as fuck. If you say y'all are friends, which you did plenty of fucking times, 20 times he said they were friends. And you go on there talking about fucking Tupac. And you go on there talking about they fucking kids. And you go on there talking about all this shit. Second, why'd you wait a year? And the reason why I think he waited a year is because he wanted to see what the fuck everybody else was gonna say.
And say something different. And get to the bag. Like, silence is powerful. You know, he could have just tweeted some shit the next day and he wouldn't have made no tour money off of what happened.
But I'm not asking for a tweet. Like, if you would have
people don't think like that though.
If you would have done that fucking 4 months afterwards, that shit would have been fucking 38 hot. Smoking the fucking city hot. Because nobody knew how to approach that shit. People want to talk about it, right? But people don't want to get canceled for it. Like, I don't want fucking Will to call whoever the fuck at HBO and say, "Hey, nah,
he's out of here."
That out.
Right. Yeah.
You could have fucking, but you wait until after Chris Rock puts his special out to put your shit out. And I ain't like the way that shit. I ain't like the way that shit looked. Nick, did you look at the crowd?
It's a monologue, and it's well polished. Like, one of the things that you talked about this briefly, Chris Rock did his special live, and if you were one of the people that watched it like that first week, all of the mistakes were still there. And I know that was the point, so that people could see just raw comedy. This is what happens in the room. But what they fucked up on was, if you watch it now, those mistakes are gone.
Yeah.
And what if y'all are paying attention, what y'all should know is you haven't seen a real fucking comedy special come out of there. You haven't. Everything you've seen has been edited to shit. The
Yeah.
audience in Marlon shit looked like they was laughing at the opener. And they very rarely showed them laughing at him. They just showed crowd reactions, like it was from a bunch of other stuff. And I'm not saying they weren't laughing at him. Some of them might. He has a fan base, okay? But
Yeah, and
you can
heard them-
tell. You can tell from
ahead.
watching this special, and I've seen some of the other ones that they did, the like, hey, these are my friend type of specials, where you can tell those aren't genuine laughs.
No, those
They're
are planned.
orchestrated.
Oh, Marlon, you so crazy, Marlon. Oh, yeah, go, Marlon.
It's the new laugh
same
track.
Fucking group of people.
It's the new laugh track.
It might be a track. It might be a track that they just play it over it afterwards in editing. So, because I can't imagine, and I love the black community, right? But I can't imagine that many black people laughing that hard at that bullshit. That shit was not funny, dog. Not only that, but anytime, right? Anytime that he was on stage, where they had the view of him on stage and you could see the crowd of him telling the joke, nobody's laughing. Like, there's a dude sitting in the very front, far left, easily seen. I didn't see this nigga laugh one time.
That's
Number
why
one.
I said it should be
Number
called
two.
like Mike Tyson's monologue shit. They should have just
Sure.
called it a monologue, and
One-man
it would have been
show.
fine.
A one-man show, do it like that. It might have been funnier. Number two, I ain't like the fact that them niggas was sitting in folding chairs.
You mad that the audience was uncomfortable?
I'm just like, dog, like, this shit going on HBO, and you got everybody on the floor sitting in fucking folding chairs, dog. Like,
Dog, like, and see, I ain't even catch all of that.
Right.
It was just a weird.
Well-
If it had been called anything but a comedy special, I think it would have worked. If it was a one man show, I'd have been like Marlon doing his thing. But
Man.
he wants to be a comedian, and that's the way they build it.
I mean, and you have your space. It's like when you have kids, like they always say, like the oldest one's the leader, the middle one is the mediator, and the third one is the mama's boy or whatever you want to call it, like the one
baby?
that's coddled, the baby
Yeah.
coddled the most, that kind of shit. Look, dog, it's a family of y'all, and it's 17 of y'all niggas, or however many it is. You're the dude that just keep making fucking scary movies and shit, and be a producer in the back end on some goofy shit. You are not Damon Wayans. All right? You are not Keenan Ivory. Okay? Like, you are here because of them. Like, you don't see, I can't remember her name, and I really am sorry I don't. But the sister from
Kim?
Living Color, Kim. Like, you don't see Kim out there trying to do more than she, get outside of her lane. And I'm sure Kim getting money somewhere.
Yeah. Oh yeah, they working. You know they working.
Yeah, but she ain't trying to be something that she's not. Like Marlon, like in the text traffic between you and I reveal, and I don't know who said it, but actually I do know who said it. You sent it to me, but I won't say who said it. That they thought it was better than his last special. He's more polished. He's more XYZ.
Yeah.
And I told you, nah, man, I think that's bullshit because his last special wasn't funny.
I didn't really deep dive into that. His last special to this special, the difference is his technicality is better. When people say that are comics, he got up there and you could tell that it had a flow to it. And before, it seemed like a very disjointed, let me get up here and be Marlon funny, I'm gonna show my ass and all of that. That's what I think you're hearing in the difference in what
That's
is being
fine.
said. Yeah.
I respect that. That's fine. Like, it did flow. It wasn't good, but
But it had a flow
was
to
like,
it.
It had a flow to it. It's like Silta Shocker.
Jaquan, yeah, I was gonna say Jaquan had a flow. Yeah.
So,
You know what I'm saying?
So it did start and end. Thank God.
It did that. It did.
But yeah,
Successfully.
I would recommend y'all not watch that shit.
know
Let's
you-
talk. What's up?
It's a short. I know we're approaching 50. That's all.
No,
That's
we're
all.
good. We're good. I got about 10 more minutes.
All right, cool. Go ahead, and I'm gonna close this out.
Keira Knightley.
Okay. This one's quick, and this is just another one of them examples of me and Marcus always talk about, actors that didn't want to get typecast as like fucking Spider-Man. And we be looking at you like, you could be typecast as some much worse shit, So Keira Knightley came out and says that lusty, quote-unquote, Pirates of the Caribbean role made her feel caged in and stuck. She doesn't want to be the object of desire. Elizabeth Swann was the object of everybody's lust. It was interesting. Coming from being really tomboyish to being projected as the opposite, I felt very constrained. I felt very stuck. I read it and I said, Marcus will love this. You mad because Hollywood thought you was pretty and gave you millions of dollars. Like, that's literally what I read in this. Like, yeah, did you not read that she was pretty in the script? That, she was pretty? And then she was with Orlando Bloom for 4 movies and she was pretty? Did you not read that?
Look, man, I can't really comment on this. I can. Fuck it. I will. Look. Men, maybe it's hard for us to talk about this.
Okay.
Because unless you're super attractive and famous, men aren't normally sexualized. Right?
Okay. That's fair.
So we don't know what that's like. But speaking from my man brain, let's do it like this. You ever
it's
been
delicate.
talking?
It's delicate.
No. Fuck that. We finna sledgehammer this shit. Have you ever been talking to a homegirl back in the day, right?
Right.
Maybe a girl that you ain't talked to in a minute, and y'all catch back up on the phone, and she's like, "Oh, whatever. I know you got chicks all over the place. I know you got chicks all in your phone. You ain't gotta do that to me. You ain't gotta blah blah blah."
Yeah, that's bait, right?
You ain't gotta, you know what I mean? You keep saying that you doing your own thing, that you ain't got nobody, you playing. I know girls be all over you. Newsflash. They ain't.
That's not our bag. That's just not our bag, ladies. Like, I know y'all think that. Y'all think every dude is a slut. And believe it or not,
y'all think every dude got a bunch of bitches and we all out here doing X, Y, and Z. I guarantee you, I can call 5 dudes in a row on a Saturday night. Hey, bro, what you doing? Shit, at the crib. Shit. Goddamn, I'm finna catch up on. I'm finna watch this goddamn Laker game and kick it.
That's when you know a dude ain't got no pussy. When he begin, what you doing, dog? Shh, goddamn. About to fucking. when they hit you with that goddamn, their brain was like, I wish I was fucking, but I'm about to fucking cook these fish sticks,
bruh.
And
like yo, we're finna air fry these fish sticks. Like, dog, I know dudes that got girlfriends that live with them, and you hit them up and you like, yo, what's up? Shit, nothing. Shit. Hey, they be like, shit, chilling
with goddamn. Look, he be looking like he forgot her name and stuff. Goddamn Glory and shit over here.
Yeah. Hey, and then they be like, hey, hold up, what? What you mean? This is Marcus.
It's Marcus.
What the, like, you swear it's a bitch calling? No, it's me.
It's just another lonely nigga. It's
me. It's just me checking in with niggas around the world that ain't doing shit.
It's another nigga that ain't got nothing to do, making sure we don't kill ourselves tonight. Like, that's all we doing. Like,
that's all we doing. That's it. So, man.
Yes, for her to feel this way, yes. Is it valid? It
could be valid. I mean, but I don't know any other roles that she's been sexualized in. So if you're telling me that you've been sexualized in a bunch of other roles, I get it. Like if you're telling me that they're trying to do you like some Angelina Jolie shit, where you're doing Original Sin, and you're fucking and you're naked in that shit. You're doing a Mr. and Mrs. Smith, and now you're the hot assassin. You're doing shit. I don't know any other a Tomb Raider, and you're wearing this tight ass shit with your fucking titties up and your ass is all, tied up in these leggings, and they're sexualizing you constantly. I get your point.
And I
But
don't.
if you're in fucking Little Women, and if you're in fucking Pride and Prejudice and shit, you're wearing these big ass dresses. Shout out to the listeners that have watched Pride and Prejudice. I still haven't.
And that was a long time ago too. Pride and Prejudice. I want to say that was in the middle of her Pirates of the Caribbean thing, but this is my issue with it. Great power, great responsibility, whatever. You got into Hollywood, you had a look, and they cast you in a film.
Yeah.
That giant film, that global phenomenon at the time, launched you into a shit ton of other projects.
Yeah.
Like, you're in Star Wars, girl.
Yeah.
You weren't sexualizing in Star Wars. So, like, I'm looking through her shit right now, right? And in the movies that she's done, Bend It Like Beckham, The Duchess, she does a lot of period pieces because after Pirates of the Caribbean, she just does that well. A Dangerous Method, like several movies like that where she was pretty, but she wasn't sexualized. And then, if I'm mistaken, nobody got that pussy on camera in Pirates of the Caribbean.
Nah.
You know, he couldn't come to shore but once every 10 years. You getting dick every 10 years.
Oh my God.
Yeah,
oh my
remember
God. Like, and she waited for that nigga to come back.
Yeah, keep it tight. Keep it tight.
Didn't.
Nah, damn, she
Nah, Jack Sparrow was being
savvy.
Yeah.
That's-
He was being that thing.
Oh yeah, he had to, like, he probably like do it in the moonlight, so he just turned into bone.
Yo,
Stroke all night. Think about it.
that nigga went to jail.
Oh, that nigga did go to jail.
That nigga, that's over prison. Oh, wait for me till I get back, bitch. Don't fucking put some money on my books.
That's some bullshit though, because in one of the movies, the other dude was like, I can't come to shore, and they had a meeting. He was just standing in a bucket.
Yeah.
I'd be beating that pussy in a bucket.
Yeah.
For the other 9 years. Meet me at the little island. I'm gonna be standing in my little pail.
Yeah, yeah.
And
like it's like wearing Timbs while you fucking
toot that thing up. If I fall out this bucket, like, don't do no crazy shit and have me fall out this bucket, bitch. Like, I ain't supposed to be here.
You know, hey dog, you know what's if I fall this bucket, they gonna find out. Bruh, I was what's that guy? Brie Larson.
Yeah.
We said something about her, I believe, a week before last week, and the Miss Marvel shit, and I read that she was pissed off, and the reason why, because they pushed the movie back to November now, November 2023.
Yes.
So I didn't know this, and this is gonna be quick, just some G Wiz shit, where she's the reason why they had to push back because she's mad that it's not called Miss Marvel, it's called The Marvels.
Yes.
Here's the issue I have with this. The other Marvels are minority women. And this is, hey, Women's Month that we're in.
Mm-hmm.
Is that not? This is why this is why Me Too and shit like that don't work. Because you got people doing shit like this. So you have a white woman who's already had her stardom. She had her own standalone movie, and she was in one of the biggest Marvel movies of all time, if not the biggest Marvel movie of all time. I know she got broke off. Right? She cemented in this Marvel movie legacy, whatever. She's got shit coming out, okay? Now that you add in a black woman and an Indian woman, Indian, Asian, Asia,
something's wrong there.
you're upset that it's called the Marvels and not Captain Marvel and the rest of these hoes.
I want to thank Brie Larson for kicking herself out of the MCU.
Is she out now?
I'm hoping. It's time. Like, because this is fucking dumb. And I did see her say that. But could you imagine Paul Rudd going, Ant-Man and the Wasp?
I was going to bring that
up. How dare you? I'm the Ant-Man. It's supposed to be Ant-Man 2.
I was, bro, when I tell you that was the next thought. The fact that he didn't fucking bitch. Oh, Ant-Man and the Wasp? Cool.
You a part of some much bigger shit, girl. Well, you were. And This is just me doing that prophecy thing that me and Marcus do. You out of here. Because they're not going to need her in the upcoming phases.
Right.
If Rambeau going to be there, Ironheart going to be there, and Miss Marvel going to be there, we no longer need your services. And you real flat as Captain Marvel anyway. So you can go. It's cool.
That's crazy to me, dog. I'm like, yo, I can't even believe the fact that my man. There's been one movie called Ant-Man. The other two have been Ant-Man and the Wasp. Because I had to look it up because I was not sure. I wasn't sure if it was Ant-Man, Quantumania, or if it was Ant-Man and the Wasp. I had to go and look it up to make sure, like, oh damn, yes, fucking
straight up and
there's an and there. That's yeah.
Gotta love it, dog. I know we're about out of time, so I'm gonna close it with this one, with this other Hollywood story, and we can get up out of here. So some of y'all might know a person on TV by the name of Bobby Lee. If you look him up, you're gonna know exactly who he is immediately. Harold and Kumar, the Dictator. He's a voice in Borderlands. Just a bunch of like funny shit that we just grew up watching and shit. You know what I'm saying? And he was on the Man Show, or not Man Show, Mad TV, Mad TV. So I'm at the Comedy Store last night, as of this recording, right? We hang out there all the time. Jesselnick is on stage, and my homeboy Saul is there working the room. There's a couple people I know there. Either way, I'm there with my manager, and she's looking for one of her other clients. So I was like, where they at? She's like, I think they told me they'd be in the green room. She checked her phone, and we've been back there like 10 times. Every time I go back there. So I was like, all right, so I'm following her. And she was looking for, I was like, I'm going to use the bathroom real quick, and I'll meet you up front. I walk through the green room. Nobody's back there but Bobby Lee. All right? He got his crazy hair shit going on. And I just said, what's up, man? Kept moving. I don't know Bobby Lee. I'm not going to sit and fucking, you know. Went to use the bathroom. Came back through. He's looking at me like I'm a criminal. You know what I'm saying? So now he's made it awkward. I said, I'm Sam. I'm a comic. I know I seen you in a bunch of shit. This is dope. I just came to use the bathroom.
Yeah.
All right.
Cool.
Go up front. I'm up there watching a little bit of Jesselnick setting, and I was getting ready to leave out because I start just me being military. Security's moving a little bit too much.
Yeah.
You feel me? I was like, let me go up front. So I get ready to hit the door, and my man's that works the door, I see him all this. He's like, hey man, let me talk to you real quick. I was like, all right, yeah, what's up? And so, my homeboy Saul was coming around the corner. I was like, what's up, Saul? Did you go up? And the other security guy goes, do you know him? And he's like, yeah, Sam a killer. What's up? He's like, he was in the back in the green room just now. Bobby called up here. Right? I was like, for real?
Yeah.
And they was like, yeah, you ain't supposed to be back there. I was like, oh, I didn't know that, honestly. I've been back. Every time I've come here, I've gone back there. Regardless of what lineup it was. And I literally just used the bathroom and left. I was with my man. I explained the whole story to him, right?
You use a good bathroom, nigga.
I explained the story to him, and Saul was like, oh, he good, man. Like, yeah, at least it's all good, right? Don't pee close to Bobby Lee, y'all. He don't like that shit. Don't pee near Bobby Lee.
Go outside.
Go outside and pee with dignity away from these celebrities. I couldn't believe it, dog. So when I left the store. This was all good, by the way. It wasn't no big deal. I didn't get put out or nothing. I went to the security and I was like, hey, genuine apologies. He was like, it's all good, man. And I know it was probably one of them. He's a celebrity that's been on some stuff, but he don't know me. And he was back there by himself. It's like, is this a crazed fan? I respect it. But it was just funny to me that I peed too close to him. You know what I'm saying?
Bobby P, nigga.
Bobby P, nigga. Hopefully I work with you sometime, boss.
Maybe Bobby P.
You know, since we assume Chris Rock listens to the pod, so you know if you talk to him and shit.
I mean, it's cool. I mean, I think that's dope, though. I mean, I think that's how you should. Not everybody approaches celebrities in a way where when you see them, some people see them and stop.
Right.
Other people see them and keep going. But the fact that you it's going to, drain the dragon.
That's it.
Sorry, nigga, this urine is way more important than figuring out who you are.
And I didn't even know what his name was when I first passed him. I just knew I'd seen him on a bunch of shit. But at the same time, like, one, everybody that knows me know I'm bad with names, and two, I want to be like colleagues with these people. These are coworkers. So like fanning out is reserved for like ones that I'm just like, I've been idolizing you my whole life. But the rest of them that I'm just like, I want to work with you.
I think, and this is just my advice, right? To everybody. in whatever field you're in, if there's somebody that you admire, go through that interaction in your head 100 times with all these people. So by the time you meet them, it's regular.
You can relax.
And then you can relax. You have a normal conversation. I do this daily, even with people that I want to slap. By the time that I get around them, I'm like, I already slapped you 100 times, so I'm done slapping you. I can take whatever you're gonna say or do. So when that happens, you have the interaction, and it's like, okay, cool. I talked to so and so. Once you've developed somewhat, not a deep, but somewhat of a relationship, you can tell them, hey man, like I ain't gonna front, like I really fuck with you. I didn't want to fucking fan out the first time I met you.
And I've done that.
And so now that we're cool, I can tell you, like, I really love what the fuck you're doing. Like, you've added things to my craft, and that I've followed you, and et cetera and et cetera. So that's just a thing.
That's exactly how it is, man. You got to be cool off top. When I was at the store last night, we were coming out, and I don't know if you know who Harlan Williams is, but if you look him up, you'll know exactly who he is immediately. He's in Half Baked and a slew of other stuff. White guy. And I got to see him do his thing.
Sleepy Eye guy, right? How?
Yeah. And we talked afterwards or whatever, because some real funny, like, you had to be there shit happened on stage at the Improv. I don't know if I could talk about it yet, so I'll mention it next week after I talk to him again. But it was another one of those. I respected the shit out of the dude.
Yeah.
And I knew who he was in the room, but I was just like, how you doing? You know, he introduced himself. I'm Sam. No first and last. Why the fuck would he care?
Right.
And he went and did his thing, but afterwards, it was cool. And he was like, you a comic? What's your name? And we talked. That's the interactions I want. But it's hard. It's hard when you first get in that door.
No, I'm sure. Like, you see somebody like, oh, shit.
Right. When Tony Rock walked in, I had to keep all my cool. I know it wasn't even Chris, but it's Tony Rock. He's a murderer up there.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
He's
nice. I'm like, all the respect. How you doing? I'm saying, I'm sitting over here.
Right.
Talk to me if you want to. You know what I'm saying? That's what you're supposed to do. Anyway, that's 150, y'all. We love y'all. We got to get ready and get up out of here. I'm gonna say this on the close. Don't normally shout out people that holla, I'm gonna try comedy, I'm gonna do comedy. But Eric, congratulations on finishing your comedy class, dog. I don't fuck with people unless they really gonna do it. There's a listener of ours. He's been listening since the start. He just went through a whole comedy class and did his first 5 minutes. He sent it to me, and it was trash. But he did it. He did it. It's supposed to be terrible. I already told him this. The first 5 minutes is supposed to be terrible. No. Listen. Let me finish. See? Let me finish. Sound advice.
Okay.
He was able to completely talk for the whole 5 minutes of his first time trying to do stand-up. That's a feat. He didn't do how much time I got left? None of that. So in my opinion, kudos. Then he sent me his second set, and he did really, really well. So congratulations for just taking the leap, because most people would, I'm going to try this shit one day to death me and never fucking get on stage. So I'll help you any day, bruh. Keep doing what you're doing.
Well, congratulations, Eric. I'm sorry that the first one didn't go so well.
It's not supposed to.
But
Fuck him.
Thank you for listening to Illegal Opinions, the podcast people don't like podcasts. Coming at you every goddamn Sunday on your favorite streaming services. Hope you guys had a great weekend. Check out Sam and everything she's doing. Please support. We love you guys. And we'll be back next week. So yeah, be safe. Show love. Peace.